and I'm getting ready to work on memory number 4. So this one is going to be about my first trip to New York City. That's the Rockefeller tree behind me. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. This one I'm going to have 2 photos. So I printed a full 7 by 8.5 and then a 2 by 3 that I'm going to put on my journaling card down here. Already printed out my journaling on the sticker paper like we used in day 3. So this should be pretty quick. My paper's set. I managed to save it without a mess up. Okay. So not a lot going to be going on here. It's going to be very, very similar to all the other days that I've done. I'm just kind of talking about how as a kid I'd always dreamed about going to New York because I watched a lot of Home Alone 2. And what awesome time I had going to visit for the first time back then with a new partner. So that will be the story. And I'm probably going to be using this Heidi Swapp die that I was looking at the other day. I have the room at the top of my photo to use it. So I'm going to attempt that, and I'm probably going to use these really big green numbers that I haven't had a chance to use yet either. I'm thinking, we'll see. I might change my mind and go with gold. I can't do black, even though this isn't black. It would just be too hard to see. So I also need to cut and trim this out. It's looking pretty on the nose. Sometimes it just prints weird, especially if I select like borderless or something, it'll change the dimension slightly. Never quite sure why. That's pretty much right on the nose, and then the photo will go down here. So I left myself a little room in case I wanted to crop the photo so that there was even edges around it. Instead of having it go all the way across, I have to decide what it will look like once I can like see the top of the card and stuff a little better. Because then it's dark going across, and the stripes at the bottom. So we'll see. Just gonna grab a little scrap piece of paper here. And I think I will take advantage of the fact that I only have to peel a little bit at a time. My corner got stuck. There we go. Ripped up a little bit of the paper, but luckily since it is white on white, you can't really tell. When I'm doing the 3x4 cards, this is much easier to push down, but with the 3x8, it's just so loose that it's much harder to control. So hopefully there you can see how well that starts to blend into the paper. There's a little bit of a bubble sometimes, but especially on the white. You can't tell at all. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off those slight edges there. It's kind of interesting because with this sticker stuff, the scissors just glide. It doesn't usually do that. Okay, all done with that. And now I can make the decision on what my photo is going to look like. And do I want it like right on top of the stripes, or do I want that to have a space? Decisions. I think I actually like it a little closer to the stripes. It makes it feel more grounded. But I also like it having space. So let me see. It's like a little over 1/8 of an inch. Should be 3/8. Let's try that. And I'm kind of cutting off of here because there's like a face. I'm going to do a little bit on this side. A little bit more on that side. And I figure it's so tiny that if I need to, I can just reprint it again. Yeah, I'm happy with that cut. I'm glad that I made that decision to trim it down. It just looks a little cleaner, and it lets this shine and this shine going off the edges. And I think I'm going to use some of my score tape because of the sticker paper. If it wasn't sticker paper, I probably would just use the rolling adhesive. I just don't. Although, I was going to say I don't trust it, but it is going to be in a page protector, so I could have just gone on a score tape. Or I mean a rolling adhesive. But not a big deal. I'm not going to have to use much. Alright, so okay, I'm trying to put that. Next step is going to be to get my die rolled out here. I was kind of playing off my scarf photo. I don't want to go green because there's all the green in the tree. I think that should be perfect right about there. And I don't think I'm going to attempt to punch it out twice. I think we're just going to go one and done for this one. Trying to keep making sure I move my die across so it gets evenly distributed across my magnetic mat there. And I will tell you, as someone who used to have the cuddle bug, and it worked just fine for the very minimal amount of die cutting that I used to do. I got much more into it over the last year or so with starting to collect some better quality dies. And kind of like imprinted the color onto the mat there, or it's paper embedded, not sure which. But with starting to invest in more dies from Allie and Heidi Swapp, or using the ones that I had already gotten from Heidi Swapp, debating going straight in the middle there. And now I'm worried that maybe these, even though they're nice and big, they might be kind of too hard to see on there. I kind of like the idea of it going off the edge and then putting my year up here. Or do I want to go down here underneath it? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm trying to get it so it's not crazy so the curve so I can see what's going to look like sitting there. One thing about the puffy stickers is they just don't want to stick to this at all. For any other sticker, this trick works so great, but for the puffy stickers, they just don't have enough tack. So you just bleed right off. We're going to go right up here. You can see it a little bit better because the apartment or office building makes it a little more visible. The nice thing about, you know what, before I punch that and before it gets in my way, I'm going to double check which way the hole's got to go. Okay, so it's going to be going holes on that side like I thought. Okay, so one thing I don't like to do is to punch holes and then not have things be lined up. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mount these together. That's a good thing I checked because this is quite a bit larger for some reason. I just don't know why it happens sometimes, but it does. So let me get these stuck together and then I'll show you the finished project. Okay guys, all done here with this one. I added a little bit of my Tim Holtz label tape, I believe he calls it. I wanted to bring some of this black over here into this photo because like we're in like dark colors, but it's hard to see. So I think that that added a nice touch, and the white font kind of helps mimic that as well. Simple. I love it again, how it came out. I considered finding like a word phrase sticker or something to like pop over the 12 there. But I think I might have a hard time finding something that matches the colors. So I think I might forego that for now. But it's something that I was definitely considering. So anywho, I will see you again for when I work on memory number 5. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.